After a year and a half of distance learning, students have finally returned to in-person classes. With incoming classes of freshmen and sophomores who are unfamiliar with the campus, as well as the ongoing pandemic being a topic of concern for many, the Smoke Signal interviewed students and staff to hear about their opinions on in-person learning.
I feel good because not being able to see any of my friends during distance learning was really demotivating.
Honestly, I have mixed feelings. So, on one hand, it's great to be back in person and with friends, and it's also probably easier for a classroom teaching and learning. But on the other hand, we still have COVID cases coming out, and there's also new variants. So it's yeah.
I think hearing the news of coming back to school, I was a little bit excited, a little bit nervous about how everything was going to be safe, but it's definitely been a welcome return to some sense of normalcy.
In distance learning, you could always just go off camera and do whatever you want during class, while you actually have to pay attention during class in in-person learning. But I prefer in-person learning because it's just nicer not sitting behind the computer screen all day.
The biggest difference is probably for in-person learning, we have to walk to our classes. In distance learning, you just roll out of bed and sit there for a whole day. I don't know which one I like better, because both has its pros. Distance learning, it was easier to participate. There's you don't feel as judged when you answer questions, but then in in-person learning, it's easier to learn. So I don't know which one I like better.
The biggest difference is definitely the more amount of connection that I have between teachers in person. When we were online, it felt like there was a disconnect between students. I definitely think I prefer in-person better, but I didn't mind online very much.
I feel like I might miss more assignments in in-person school because everything is online for distance learning, while you actually have to write down your stuff in your planner for in person. I don't really have any concerns about safety because I'm already vaccinated.
The news that we were going to come back in person was definitely a bit stressful, especially at first. I think I'm still a bit anxious about passing periods and lunch, especially when we can't keep proper social distance.
This assignments would be just being back in the classroom and learning, and also meeting friends. For concerns, probably COVID. That's about it.
I'm definitely excited to be able to see my friends more often, and not through a screen. But I am concerned about how events like prom and winter dance and homecoming are going to go.